The missing Mandalorian Grogu sat alone at their quiet little camp, a half-eaten frog burger steaming beside him. Normally he would have devoured it in seconds. It was his favorite, but tonight he had no appetite. His ears drooped, and his big eyes stared into the trees, hoping to hear the hum of Mando's ship returning. But it was silent. Too silent. The Mandalorian had gone off on a solo hunt 3 nights ago, promising to be back before sunset the next day. He wasn't, and Grogu could feel something was wrong. Worried, Grogu climbed into the Razor Crest's cobbled-together cockpit. The ship was still mostly wreckage from their last crash landing, but a few systems worked. He powered up Mando's old datapad and began scanning the mission logs. The last recorded entry was a bounty file marked classified, but Grogu bypassed the lock with ease. The target was ... Bigfoot. Grogu tilted his head. He'd heard the stories. Giant, ancient, impossible to track. Rumors said the Empire had once tried to capture one but failed violently. Mando's note under the file read, "Others tried. Didn't return. I will." Driven by worry, Grogu grabbed his cloak, his tiny lightsaber, and set out toward the northern wilds, where the tracker last pinged. The deeper he ventured into the forest, the more unnatural it felt. Branches snapped behind him. The trees whispered things. After 2 days of searching, Grogu found the first sign. A dented Mandalorian gauntlet, half buried in shitstand leaves. His breath caught. Then he saw a giant footprint, easily the size of the Razor Crest's cockpit. Panic rose in his chest. Had Bigfoot eaten man? Fueled by fear and fury, Grogu followed the tracks until he reached a cave, carved into the mountainside like a scar. Inside, bones littered the ground. Not just animal. Some war fragments of Mandalorian armor. At the center lay a familiar helmet. Grogu froze. Mando. No, it couldn't be. A monstrous growl echoed through the cave, and out of the darkness stepped Bigfoot, towering, covered in dark matted fur, eyes burning like coals. Grogu ignited his lightsaber and stood his ground, but the creature moved fast. Impossibly fast. With a swipe of its arm, Grogu was sent flying against the wall. He barely had time to recover before the beast lunged again, pinning him. Grogu reached for the Force, pushing as hard as he could, but Bigfoot held strong, lifting him toward its gaping maw. It was going to be dinner, until a blaster shot rang out and seared into Bigfoot's shoulder, sending it roaring in pain. From the cave entrance, a figure emerged in silhouette. Shiny Beskar glinted in the torchlight. Grogu's eyes widened. Mando. The Mandalorian stepped forward, rifle smoking, armor scuffed and dirty but intact. "Miss me," he said. Grogu squeaked, relief flooding him. Mando fired again, driving Bigfoot back. "That wasn't my helmet," he said. "It belonged to an old friend. Another hunter. He took the mission before I did. Disappeared. Now I know why." Grogu glanced at the broken armor on the ground. A wave of realization hit. Bigfoot hadn't killed Mando, but it had killed others. The beast snarled and charged. Mando tossed Grogu a shock grenade, and together they fought, Grogu flipping through the air with force-enhanced jumps, Mando laying down cover fire with his blaster. It took everything they had. Grogu distracted the creature long enough for Mando to plant a thermal detonator on its back. With a final thunderous roar, the explosion sent Bigfoot crashing to the ground in a heap of smoke and ash. As silence returned to the forest, Mando sat down, pulling off his helmet to catch his breath. Grogu plopped beside him and finally took a bite of his cold frog burger. "Next time," Grogu said with his eyes. "You're not going alone." Mando chuckled, ruffling his ears. "Deal." But deep in the cave, a low growl echoed, not from the fallen beast, but something else, something bigger.